Like and subscribe.
Over in Japan, the Japanese feminists. Over in Japan, the Japanese feminists have been enraged once again, and this is terrifying news. There's literally dozens of them. So hearts out to the JP bros overseas, and let's check out what's got these Japanese
Doesn't matter where you are, man. Feminists are feminists. I'm kidding.
feminists so upset. That would be this commercial
I
from
love
Toyo
feminists.
Suisan. Says, doesn't dashi somehow make you feel relieved? CV kana ichi no se. What's got them upset though is the animation. Yeah, I can just imagine some like terminally online, weird, insecure Twitter feminists getting all mad about this. So they're trying to argue that this is overly sexualized and is problematic. And I think Ichinose. What's got them upset though is the animation. Yeah, I can.
Where? Where's the... What? I'm confused.
Just imagine some like terminally online,
Where?
weird, insecure Twitter feminists getting all...
Do they live in the... Do they live in the, like, 1800s? What in... What about this? Oh, okay.
all mad about this. So they're trying to argue that this is overly sexualized and is problematic. And I think someone can make a strong argument that it's less sexualized than it is more sexualized. Like maybe only a few of the frames there are sexualized, if anything. There's lots of people who enthusiastically enjoy their food. I myself am one of them. Like I'll come home after a hard workout, get some like fresh chicken that I cooked up, and man, chomp down on that meat, and I could feel the protein just like coursing through my veins. It's great. But ultimately, forget all that stuff because seriously, who cares? This ain't even a big deal. And that's the main point. Whether you think it's not sexualized or it is, to whatever varying degree you may think that, the main point's that this advertisement is really a non-issue. This is like so not a big deal. And getting all offended over it is such pathetic behavior. Anyways, that takes us to this Japanese feminist Twitter account who's complaining about the ad. Yep. Translation reads, the controversial ad has been criticized for its depiction of women. Oh yeah, controversial. To who? To people like this? Okay. Here are some reasons why it has gone viral. Unrealistic representation of women.
I guess they could see it as sexist because she's watching what looks to be like a drama or something. How dare you think girls like drama? I guess you could see it that way.
Bruh, are you kidding me? Like, unrealistic? It's a completely normal woman there. What are you getting so mad about? It's unrealistic. Difference in cheek redness compared to the male version.
What?
Wow. You know, maybe she blushes more than he does. Who cares? It's such a non...
Yeah, it's... What does that even mean? Like, unless they're thinking that the company's... the company's trying to, like, advertise their noodles as making women sexually aroused. What?
On issue, like I said earlier. These people are literally complaining about cheek redness. I cannot take this seriously at all.
Blushing.
I can't believe these people
You can blush for any type of stuff. Bro.
This seriously. This is like what they do with their life. How sad is this?
I should have expected this reading the title. Why
In
didn't I
other
watch
words,
this?
advertising from a male perspective.
I'm pissed.
Oh, wow. That's so terrible. Since anime culture has a strong sexualized perspective on women, we are now in an era where companies must manage the risks when using anime in advertising.
No, hold on. No, hold on. I gotta be real with you. Since anime culture has a strong sexualized perspective on women, hey now. out of everything she has stated, I agree with this. I agree with this because I hate. Sorry, but like I get it. Titties, ass. We all love this. Okay, I get that. I don't like fan service in anime, like at all. And I stopped liking fan service since 2017. Dude, just get that shit out of it, in my opinion. Like, if I wanted to, hey, there's a whole genre out there that you can look at for like tits and ass. uh, like, I get where she's coming from. On the other hand, though, there is a lot of yaoi stuff as well, so not to the extent, I guess you can see it as like yaoi and yuri, both yaoi and yuri, and yaoi bait and yuri bait kind of cancel each other out, but in the grand scheme of things, anime as a general does sexualize like the female characters a lot, which is why I agree with this. I agree with this. I think get it out, get it out of anime. To be honest, that's my personal opinion. But I know a lot of people out there, uh, purists, like Rev says, that's like they want the whole thing to be like the creator's perspective and the creator's like vision. I get that. I do believe in that as well. I just think they should tone that down a bit.
As if there's not also a bunch of women who are into anime and writing like manga and anime and all that. Like messing
That
my
is
words up a
true
little
though.
bit now. I
That is true.
apologize, but this is just hilarious. Like I cannot believe this account. It gets 10,000 likes on this tweet. Oh my gosh, what's this? Another tweet they made. Contrasting men and women is a regulated expression under the UK advertising guidelines. Oh, they're bringing the UK into this? What on earth is this like one of the people who supports that whole UN stuff we were talking about a few days ago? Again, I apologize about messing my words up right now. This is just like such loony behavior. Oh my goodness. But by comparing it with the way men are portrayed, we can see the unique female characteristics of anime. There's a certain amount of male gaze or gaze in a sexual context. Person like crawled out of a cave from 2014 or something, who even talks like this nowadays. It was
Yeah.
pathetic back then. It's even worse to hear now. Like, move on and get over yourself. And so they're responding to this other person, Ladybird, who seems to be another one of these Twitter feminist types. We'll take a look at what they say in a moment. But first, sticking on this account, let's check out their bio because it's pretty interesting.
UK flag. Did they study here? Probably. I'm assuming. I cannot read Japanese, so I don't know why I kind of looked around. I have no idea why I kind of looked here. I was like, yeah, let me try and sound this up. I can't read. This is not Korean.
If we
What am I
translate their
doing?
bio, it says something about the flames were invisible insights, advertising consultancy, alternatives to flame advertising exhibition in the UK. So I'm kind of confused here. Is this a Japanese person living in the UK or a UK person with interest in Japan? I'm not really sure what's going on here. But advertising consultancy, huh? So another one of these people who stir up a lot of drama and try to make issues out of non-issues and just so happens to be in some sort of consultancy business. Oh,
Mm.
here's why X, Y, and Z is so problematic and offensive and you should listen to me and give me money. Pay me, by the way. Here's another JP Twitter feminist tweet crying about the advertisement. This one with 8,600 likes reading, Maru-chan's animated videos are creepy. The female characters are crying after watching a drama, while the male characters are working overtime, which shows gender bias. And in both, the previous anime and this one, only the women have red cheeks. Do they understand that making female anime characters blush is a pornographic act? And are they just making a
What?
wink at those customers? Yeah, no.
What? I I guess I could see it that way because if the other adverts where the guy doesn't really blush, I guess, and I can see it from their perspective. If they just show the women like at home watching dramas, like I literally said at the start, I can see why that could be considered sexist. And if the guys are shown as like just working hard and eating noodles, the blushing thing, pornographic? Is it? Are they being obtuse for no reason? Is this they're just being hyperbolic, right? Surely this is just an exaggeration of like. There's
No,
no
just
way you
no.
think.
This person has absolutely no room to talk about anything being creepy when they're the ones who see a female anime character blushing and automatically just think of pornography. Like, bro, what? What the projection? And don't get me wrong, I do know there's things where like an anime character will be doing something lewd and also blushing, and you know what's implied there. Sure, it's like sexualized. But that is
Yeah,
absolutely not true that like anytime a female anime character is blushing in any circumstance, it's automatically taken
yeah,
to
it
that
does
extreme.
not
That's just not
always mean
true.
that.
This person's crazy. And they weren't done there. Going on to say, either way, it's gross. I wish they wouldn't normalize the sexual iconization of women. And going on to no one's surprise, lock their responses. And so some of these people are comparing it to the male version. I'll play that for you and you can see for yourself how that goes.
He ain't blushing.
赤い狐と緑のタヌキ
Oh, hey, look, I can make a really stupid argument too.
Yeah,
The
he
male
moaned.
version, they made the audio so much more vivid. The way
Yeah.
he's slurping up those noodles, it's so much more
He
dramatic
moaned
and
as well.
emphasized in the
I
female
mean,
version. They're clearly sexualizing the male far more. And sure, he didn't blush as much as the female version, but his eyes, man, you see how expressive his eyes were? They were clearly
Yeah.
implying sexual acts. This was
bro just wanted to fuck that that cup of noodles, man.
like basically pornography. It's so problematic, and oh my gosh, this brand is so offensive. Ugh. Anyways, you get the point. Ultimately, these weirdo complaints would get talked about over on JP with this channel Shima's Room talking about the situation. Let's hop over to the comments, translate some of the comments to English, and take a look. I think the average person would focus more on the udon and soba noodles in this commercial. Twitter feminists think about erotic things 24 hours a day. Yeah, that goes exactly right back to what you're talking about these people projecting. Like, the projection was off the charts. I'm glad to see that our JP bros are finding similar sentiment about that. A response they got says, there were some Twitter feminists who said pencil sharpeners were obscene. They find sex in all things.
What? Because it's a hole? What? Oh my god, this can't be
Oh
real,
gosh.
man.
Actually getting mad at pencil sharpeners, yeah, it's not surprising at all. Another response says, you, I guess you know like they must be hungry for a man and frustrated. Another saying, that kind of feminist thinking is disgusting. This one making a really good point saying, you say I would like a reverse version, but if it was reversed from the beginning, would it be discrimination against women, such as men being able to eat leisurely at home while women are forced to work overtime? I guess they would say something like that. And here's another really
This was a bad comment to pick. This was a. This was bad. Because you kind of have to think of it as like what has happened within the past. Because this is the same energy as basically if there was a commercial, same one, uh, like a food company, they had like let's say they had a range of food products, right? And in one of the adverts, it's a white male, and he eats one of the ranges of like various foods that this company eats sells, and then another one is a black male, and my guy eats chicken. The chicken from the range of foods that this company makes, and every time they keep showing the black guy, for some reason they're always eating a chicken dish, right? And then the comment says, what if it was reversed and the white guy was only eating chicken? And what are they gonna start saying that the opposite? Dude, this argument makes no sense. The history of certain events in the past, like it kind of shapes these stereotypes that these feminists are trying to break. You saying, "Oh, you'd be angry with the opposite," just doesn't really make sense. This is a bad argument as a whole. Like, there was a whole stereotype of women staying at home because, they're not the breadwinner and stuff like that, and women are trying to like come out of that mold. Obviously, if it was reversed, they wouldn't say the same thing, right? They
Women
wouldn't
are
say the
forced to
opposite thing.
work overtime.
This makes no
I guess they
sense.
would say something like that. And here's another really good one.
That was just a bad comment, not gonna lie.
Says, I usually eat cup noodles when I work overtime. My female colleague also eats it. At my workplace, many people eat cup noodles during overtime. Have the Twitter feminists posting Sukomi never worked? Twitter feminist ideas are more repulsive. And lastly, we'll take a look at this one. It says, it's better to think of this as the sound of an animal saying that. I'm not saying what caused it, but it's impossible to have a conversation. Is this person saying the Twitter feminists are basically just animals? Is that what he's saying or what? Yeah, we'll leave it there though. That's the last one.
Just the issue with
Let me know what you
translations,
guys think
man. There's sometimes one-to-one it when it shouldn't be one-to-one, and there's nuances with slang and stuff.
about all of that. And if you want to see more of these comments in the video itself, I will link this video in the description for you. As always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my coverage. And if you did, please consider liking and or subscribing. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.
So yeah, overall, it is dumb. It is dumb. It's not really sexual. I guess they have some sort of ground if like the guy is shown as hardworking at the office eating, and then the girl's at home watching a drama. I can see what they're going with that. And considering how conservative Japan is, it's not a surprise if that's what they were going for, if that was deliberate. But yeah, I don't mind them fighting against that. It's just the fact that it's sexual. What does what universe? Like, I thought, like, initially, I guessed she kind of like the little noises she makes, I guess, sure, but the guy made noises as well. So, like, that just cancels that out completely. I mean, bro, they don't really have a leg to stand on this. I guess it's the fact that they're on this thing where, like, they found a problem, and then they become a feminist, but now they are trying to overcorrect, and obviously that's going to get a lot of backlash because they're overcorrecting on things that should not be. Like, this should not be caught up in that overcorrection, calling it sexist because it's sexual. But like I said, they might have a point on the guy at the office working hard and the girl just at home watching a K-drama, which I wouldn't mind doing. And a lot of people wouldn't mind doing, like, house husbands. Bro, they're on the rise, man. They're on the rise.